Brought out here. I don't know if he was dead already. Was he? No, he was brought out here. They lured him.
That's even worse.
They were going to party, and
he ended up being bludgeoned to death and then set on fire.
Here. How do you know the year?
Either 2018 or 19. I think it's 2018.
We don't know his name though, right?
Vashon Conyers.
Vashon Conyers?
Yes. Holy crap. Yeah. And so, unsolved to this day. They threw him down there in that, it's called a quote well, but like he was saying, it's part of the sewer system, but no one has any idea who the killer was. There was another...
Welcome to Black Files Unlocked. We're continuing from the last video about Baltimore, Maryland's Leakin Park and all the unsanctioned bodies that may still be buried there.
We're not going to get into a long intro, so let's watch these clips that took Colin Browen 3 years to make. Well, all right.
How are you feeling? What are your initial thoughts?
Very eerie, dude. Like, it's different in person. I watched Dan Bell's videos online, and like, it's all the trees kind of seem to like droop, and like everything just looks sad, I guess.
Yeah.
Just sad, not even like melancholy. You know why it's sad? All the deaths and like just negative stuff, I guess.
Stone circle. Wonder who was the last person to sit in that chair. What the f***? What's that shit down there? My camera's soaking. Look at all this stuff back here. Cages, bleach, old buckets. So much back here. Imagine how many bodies they have never found out here. People they don't even know have died. Years ago, 2 decades ago. But the true kind of mystery behind this place is how many bodies have not been found. I mean, just look, you want to pan? Yeah. All this area, I mean, there's so much that has not been searched over the years, especially for bodies that are from 40s, 50s, 60s. I mean, you never really know who's out here, and that's what I think is the true scary thing about this place, and why Dan's videos have done so well, and why people are so attracted to this. It's not because there's, you know, there's going to be a ghost wandering out here. It's more because we don't want to meet the person that's going to be wandering out here late at night.
Police are investigating a suspicious death. Just before noon on Monday, officers reported to investigate after a man's body was found.
Oh. Here's another trash bag. Poke it with that stick. So right now we're on the outskirts of Leakin Park in an area that has seen an extremely high concentration of bodies dumped and atrocious acts carried out. This is past the 3600 block of Winterbourne Avenue. This is one of the only places in the park where you can actually pull your car off and stop. They've closed off most of the roads in the park due to the fact that people have come out here to dump bodies, to murder. But right here on Winterbourne Avenue, this is one of the last remaining places where if you wanted to do one of those things, you could. You don't know really what else is back there, because this is all just what you can see from the road.
This is spooky, man.
Over here.
This is it right here. Oh, they opened it up?
They have done shit.
Yo, they opened up the devil's
not
well.
only that,
What do you mean they opened it up?
They opened it up.
no,
Last
it's
time
been,
I was here, it was sealed.
it's been repaired.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is it.
There wasn't a side.
Yep.
It used to be broken apart.
When I was here last, it was completely sealed, man.
And now it's not.
Yeah. First time I've seen it like that. Yeah. So,
A couple years ago, a guy brought out here. I don't know if he was dead already. Was he?
No,
he was
they
brought out here.
lured him out
Yeah,
here.
they lured him.
That's
here.
even worse.
They were going to party and
He ended up being bludgeoned to death and then set on fire.
Here.
How do you know the year?
Either 2018 or 19.
All right.
I think it's 2018.
We don't know his name though, right?
Vashon Conyers.
Vashon Conyers?
Yes. Yeah. And so, unsolved to this day, they threw him down there in that, it's called a quote well, but like he was saying, it's part of the sewer system, but no one has any idea who the killer was. There was another murder here in Baltimore that had the same MO, where the people lured someone out, killed them, brought them to a place and burned their body. So they
Right.
think it's a serial killer that hasn't been caught.
Holy
Yeah.
crap, dude.
so
Right here, man.
the area that we saw the charred material is been basically built on top of, because this whole side was broken apart. So this is where basically he was burned.
This general area.
This general area. If you look inside of here, you can take a look, and I can show you. I can show you where it happened. It's not the X's. See this steel ladder piece? Right. So that has been bent and in that position since before. So it was somewhere where that is, but underneath of the new brick they put in to repair this. Looks like they repaired it from here and then all around. You can see the white. If you look inside, you can see the fresh mortar marks where this repaired it. Yes.
Damn.
So all the white has been added on. So it's increased the height.
Right.
So when this was done, they were basically, he was on the ground.
Right.
And I think his head was over the hole, the opening. He was on top of the ground mostly, but his head was, I think, turned downward. So,
That's crazy to think that it was like right here.
yeah.
That's so gnarly.
you can feel the cold air coming up from here. It feels nice.
Yeah, this is the water, the sanitary sewer. I mean, it's poopy.
But it's sanitary.
It's sanitary, all right. It's supposed to take it and then go down to a pumping station and take it to a wastewater treatment plant. But if it's all not together, this will just overflow if there's a lot of water going into it,
Right.
like during a storm. Hello, I am Rick Serra of YouTube. I'm a para-investigator. I have a playlist called Another Odd Place.
So, Rick, you've been here to Leakin Park multiple times.
Approximately 8 to 10 times.
What do you think of the park?
I think it is a solemn place. Dark energy would be expected to accumulate here. A little more than one person's body is left here every year for the past years, starting around 1940. So 82 years, and you've had 90 people, roughly a person a year, and their body is disposed of here. And sadly, also, the people on this side of Baltimore use the park to get rid of their refuse, their waste, their dead pet, a bunch of fish heads to make a soup. Anybody ever heard of a trash can? In a service this truck drives by and they take your trash for you if you just put it out for them. Apparently that is not understood by Baltimoreans, at least over on this side of town. Oh, well, we've got more activity over here on the REM pod. We had it flash a minute ago.
Right when you're talking about dumping stuff.
Are you upset because this place ended up having you be dumped here? Yes, look at that response.
Let me ask you, being in Leakin Park, I know you found the skull with Dan. Can you talk about what that was like?
It was just an oddity, actually. It didn't seem like a scary or tense time. It was almost as if we were collecting some kind of rocks for a rock collection. And Dan wanted to show us a couple of geodes he had found. We were leading a couple of women fans of Dan from California here on a tour. Dan just stopped at this location because we would stop there frequently for this tour. Then he decided to take a look in the woods a little bit. And after maybe 15 minutes of looking around, he called to us, "Come here, Rick, look what I found." I didn't go, but one of the two ladies did. And it was fragments of a person's skull, mandible, teeth, jawbone, not a complete skull, just a few pieces, mostly from the mandible and the teeth.
So do you think that there are other skeletons or bones out here?
Well, I don't think, I'm sure there are, just a matter of locating them. This place, everything grows over top of whatever is there. Even evidence of walking this pathway since the beginning of the growing season in the spring, it's now grown halfway out, blocking what used to be like a 15-foot wide road. Half of it is covered by this green. So the same thing would happen if anybody died eventually. Their body's going to decompose and it may not be found for a long time or never.
So you think there are bodies out here?
I think that, like has been said by somebody else, the found and located bodies average one a year, but there could be many more that are never seen.
You also heard the gunshots, man.
Yes.
Can you talk about that whole experience?
So this was not far from that location where we happened to find remains of what we were told was someone. There was a report that someone was going to do that in Leakin Park from the previous early fall, and by late winter there was no finding of any remains, no reports to update the person's first call to the dispatcher until Dan found those bones, and that was about June of the following year. The body had succumbed to the elements, it had dissolved, animals had picked off of some of his carcass as well, and maybe the head was carried off from the body and it was left there, and the rest of the body was elsewhere. I don't know. But some animals will take away a whole skeleton and feed on that. And we probably have coyotes in this park.
But you heard the gunshots.
But the gunshots were about 8 or 10 shots in rapid succession, all from the same general area.
This just looks like a place you'd find a body.
That just sounds like a gunfire exchange.
Rick. Shit, just stay back here. They're back on this road.
I guess that would have been a little further west from here. And then we saw police cars, about a dozen, fly by. It was still dusk, it wasn't dark. And then Dan decided, let's go try to find the location where this happened. And we found police with marking of locations where they found some of the spent shells from revolvers, but the people were gone.
So this place is dangerous, you would say.
It can, it was quiet, and then all of a sudden, less than half a mile away, people are shooting at one another.
And that happened today, right?
What's to stop that from happening any day? Yesterday, it was actually yesterday, during the day, two people in different cars, two groups of people in different cars, driving and shooting at one another from their cars. Like they think they're like army or something, and they're shooting at each other, or they're spies like a James Bond movie or some other thriller.
Okay.
It's the kind of nonsense. I mean, riding around Baltimore and shooting at another car. What's next? River.
But you guys were here very recently after the murder happened.
When we first came here, when the first part came, and he put up Leakin Park, the first episode.
What was it like?
What was
man?
that? Was that like
2018?
Was that 18?
Yeah, I think it's 18.
Yeah.
But what was it
was
like?
ominous to see what you know from being given some communication from the police. Dan got them to say more than they probably should have. That we knew what happened to the person, and you could still see the charred material they used to light up the fire, and the mark on the side of the wall there, where apparently they might have been banging his head against the wall, maybe to finish him off. But there was blood there.
And that murder is unsolved to this day.
Unfortunately, yes.
Well,
It's gonna sound so cheesy. It's just as soon as we pulled up here, like I'm having a hard time focusing. Like I can't get in the film mode. Like I was just fine a second ago. I was so hyped, like, to film the rest of this video because of the evidence we just got. But I don't know. Now I'm here and I'm like what the f? Like I can't get into that.
Maybe
Okay, so they've just wrapped up another paranormal session. Now they're at another location of where Wallace's body was found, in the men's room at the park. This guy claims to not feel like himself once getting to this area.
I'm wondering if what you're picking up on could somehow be the spirit of the victim. He would never have been able to think clearly because he wasn't blessed with a normal brain. He was intellectually
I wouldn't
challenged,
say he
which
wasn't
was
blessed
part of
with
the
it.
reason
More
why
so,
was
he
easily
wasn't born with
talked
the
into
neurological
whatever they
ability.
were talking of doing.
I
And
agree.
supposedly they were stopping here just to use the bathroom because they were driving by. Oh, there's a bathroom 50 feet from where we're standing. Just a simple bathroom, men's and ladies' halves, and the two, they were going to go somewhere, and I think they were trying to get him to sign a document or something, and I guess that would have been related to supposedly an insurance policy he had, or they took out an insurance policy on him and they were the beneficiary, basically, something like that. So they just made sure that the policy would pay out by helping to speed up his dying process by killing him.
It was a hitman that killed him.
It was a hit, man?
Yeah, it was a hitman.
So wait, didn't you say something about a priest?
Yeah, it was a minister.
A minister?
Was involved in this.
Yep, he was the one that was to benefit out of all of
Yeah,
this.
just like he must have hired the hitman.
Yeah, he was working with the guy that killed him.
Wow.
It was like a homeless guy, right?
Or
I'm pretty
marginal, but he was definitely intellectually challenged.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
What, he just stayed here a lot?
No, they just came here
Yeah.
to do the deed.
Oh my God.
Because they used it as an excuse. They had to stop to use the bathroom.
Right.
That's to get this, so they would go here, and then they did him in at the bathroom.
Dang.
So this is the site of a hit, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. In the bathroom.
How was he killed? Was he just bludgeoned, or was
I
he
can't
shot?
remember, man. I can't remember, but it was brutal. It was very bloody, as the scene was bloody.
Baltimore pastor pleads guilty to conspiring to kill a blind, mentally disabled man for life insurance money.
Kevin Pouchet also entered a guilty plea today on 7 counts of insurance fraud.
Kevin Pouchet faces life in prison. He had already confessed to taking out several life insurance policies in the victim's name and paying $50,000 to a hitman to kill him.
32-year-old Kevin Pouchet told his attorney he entered the guilty plea for his peace of mind and his own soul. Pouchet conspired to have a blind, mentally disabled man killed for life insurance money.
It's to purge and address what he's dealing with emotionally and spiritually.
Back in February 2009, police found the body of Lemuel Wallace in a Leakin Park restroom. He had been shot multiple times. Police recovered 9 shell casings. Wallace lived in a Pikesville group home run by ARC of Baltimore. Pouchet worked for ARC. Court records indicate Wallace requested to be transferred to another home where more of the residents were of his own age. On February 4th, Pouchet picked up Wallace under the pretense of transferring him. Prosecutors charged that Pouchet and co-defendant James Omar Clea hired a hitman who carried out the murder. Marty Burns, a spokeswoman for the city state's attorney's office, considers the act especially heinous for personal reasons.
As a mother of a very disabled child, the facts that I heard in court today are chilling. And every parent, every family's worst nightmare, what this young man had to endure from the time he was picked up into the time that the murder occurred in February 2009.
Police got a big break when an insurance agent called asking whether Pouchet was a suspect because he was in line to get a lot of life insurance money. Another key piece of evidence turned up in Pouchet's home. A day planner, written the day Lemel Wallace was killed. It contained the entry LW project completed. Court records indicate Pouchet paid the hitman, who has not been identified and remains at large. Court records indicate Pouchet owed tens of thousands of dollars in debt and faced foreclosure on several properties. Pouchet's attorney would not address motive, but acknowledged numerous personal problems.
Depression, some financial difficulties. He found himself in a very bad situation.
Let me get this right. Since he got himself in debt and your first thought was to take your family member's life, with the help of another pastor, but preaches thou shalt not kill from the 6th of the 10 commandments in the Bible, found in Exodus 20:13.
Which I'm sure he knows all too well. Practice what you preach. These pastors were definitely led by temptation in the worst way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's continue watching to see what these guys find.
Investigators have not identified the shooter nor found a murder weapon. Pouchet's co-defendant stands trial in November. Pouchet will be sentenced December 17th.
Here we are, man. Yep,
You think
this
they
is
locked
it.
them? Or we can go in one. Well, that's fine. We can still do it. We can just try something out here. Locked.
God damn.
I'd lock them at night too after that.
Let's look at the other side.
Yeah, plus we can do, it's more quiet here, so we can do EVPs and see.
Now, you see, they put a hinge
Wow.
close this door.
So you can't come in here anymore.
Yes.
I say we film over here, though, man.
Oh yeah, okay,
away
I'm
from
down.
the road.
Yeah,
because we don't want to
Oh,
attract
that's
attention
true.
here.
Because
I'm
not
agree.
sure what side, but I would guess normally with bathrooms, they make the man come in on this side, and
Yeah.
the women are usually to the right of the women.
What is this? Is this undergarments?
Oh.
Or
Disposable.
looks like underwear.
So in
or
boxers
shorts.
and shirt, that shirt looks all burnt and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything.
Just
really.
yeah.
But I do think this is
Interesting,
the
though.
side of the bathroom.
This is the bathroom. I know for a fact that.
All right, everyone. That's it for this video. Let us know what you think in comment section about these stories, the victims, and how these guys did. Make sure to check out our last video this Wednesday about Leakin Park and its history.
And visit Colin Browen's YouTube channel, along with his guest, for more of the paranormal side of things, which was really interesting. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos, and enjoy the rest of your day.